We burned 500 tons of emergency food aid for kids. That's enough food to feed every kid in Gaza for weeks. So I don't ever want to hear another cowardly fucking conservative tell me about how we care about the kids. Clearly, you don't give a fuck about the kids because you just let a bunch of them starve to death. And I don't give a shit that it expired today. Because you know what happened if you hadn't fucking laid all those people off? Kids would have been fucking fed, you rat fucks! It right here guarantees every one of these rat motherfuckers a straight loose ride directly into the ninth circle of hell. Because how the fuck can you even begin to explain that you let 500 tons of emergency food for starving children expire because you fired all the people who were supposed to distribute it, and you're trying to explain this as the same people who campaigned on getting rid of all the government fraud, waste, and abuse? I don't know that I've ever seen a more clear-cut example of government fucking waste than this shit right here. Sure, Mike Johnson and the rest of the Triple K Christians in office took a nice big prayer after they made the decision to let a bunch of kids starve, just like Jesus would have done. If you're still supporting this, get fucked.
So, what is it about this food that we're hearing that Trump wants to destroy, right? A whole lot of food. Come on, Trump. We have, in fact, a lot of people are hungry in Africa. Let me not even start speaking for countries I don't know. A lot of people in Africa are very hungry. Please, do not destroy those foods, oh, please. Now I'm talking to you as Nigerian. Don't. So many people are hungry in Africa. Those foods you're about to destroy will go a long way to make somebody happy. In fact, to give somebody a life, to make somebody that is about to die to live. Come on. Now, I saw those videos and I'm like, what? I went through the comment section and there's this comment that stood out for me. A woman said that no, that the food was from Biden's administration and that food, that Biden gave it out to be distributed, but they kept hoarding those foods. And a lot of them, a large amount of them have expired. And so Trump got angry and be like, no, let's destroy these things. There's no need for it. Now I'm like, okay, if of a truth, these foods that are about to be destroyed are expired, then why are people angry? It should be destroyed. If it's expired, you don't expect him to start sending food to Afghanistan, sending food to places that expired foods. That would be even wrong. That would be even bad. But from the look of things, a lot of people are saying that no, that these things are not expired, that he just wants to destroy it. But I'm like, is it even possible that he wants to destroy something that is not expired? Shall when that it has got to do with food? I don't know if I'm the only one that has this mentality about food, right? Or people in Africa, we hardly throw away foods. We feel even if you have something you don't want to eat in your house, somebody else needs it. And so you should take it outside. Throwing away foods here comes with a whole lot of guilt. I know some people will be like, but I worked for it, it's my money, I can decide to throw it out. It's true, it's your money, but somebody out there needs them. Do not just throw it out. That's my own opinion on all of this. What do you guys think? Do you think he wants to really, really do that for nothing, for just no reason? I don't think he's insane to do that. So I want to hear from you. What's your opinion about this? And I'll be back on the next one. Please do not forget to stay bold. It's your own one and only gist, Global Gist with BJ. You can also call me Blessing. Yeah. See you on the next one.
No, I know that this has been talked about before, but I think it's worth talking about again. You see, Donald Trump is literally burning food that's meant for starving kids. He is setting fire to 500 metric tons of emergency rations meant for children in Afghanistan and Pakistan. And before you start vomiting all that America First bullshit and complain how money is being funneled to help other countries while there are hungry kids here in the United States, I can tell you he doesn't care about them either. And I have 3 words to prove that. Big, beautiful bill. You see, these were nutrient-packed biscuits designed to keep malnourished children alive. That's enough to feed over 1.5 million children for a week. Kids are starving, mothers are begging, hospitals are collapsing. And instead of sending food, he's burning it. Why? Because Donald Trump signed an executive order that froze nearly all foreign aid. While aid workers begged to send the food, they were ignored. So now with the food about to expire, they're destroying it rather than sending it. Look, taxpayers already spent $800,000 to buy the food. Now we're spending another $130,000 just to burn it. Now think about that. While millions of children are starving, he's lighting their lifeline on fire. This isn't about waste. This is about who Donald Trump really is. He's not a leader. He's not a protector. He is a man willing to let children die hungry just to flex political power. You need to know this. Your friends need to know this. Your neighbors need to know this. So please share this, talk about it, flood the comments, tag your reps, because if we don't speak out now, kids will continue to go hungry and die.
How does burning 500 metric tons of food help anyone? How does that help those in need? How does that help make America good or great? How does that benefit anyone at all? Food that was already paid for, $800,000 of food already paid for to help feed people across the world, feed children across the world during times of need, during times of natural disaster, during times where food and access to food is not readily available. 500 metric tons burned to ash. How does that help anyone? And if you say it's government spending, well, it took an additional $130,000 to burn the food. Food that was already paid for, by the way. There was no need to burn 500 metric tons of food. I ask this question consistently, and I won't stop asking it because that is the reason I started this platform in the first place, to help people. And the question that I ask is, how does this help anyone? Who does it help to burn food when you have people starving? Who does it help? How does that embody any Christian value? How does that represent anything good? Why? Why burn it? Why? Just why? I feel like at a certain point we're getting to a place where people are just choosing to do things because they can. No matter who it hurts or who it may affect, because they can, because they have the power to, they do it. It's absolutely ridiculous.
This is the most inhumane thing I've seen this man do so far. You are really incinerating 500 metric tons worth of food, aid that is supposed to go to women and children who are hungry in other countries. I'm looking for all my Christians that voted for this man. Where are y'all? Because this is not godlike. This is something Christ would never do. Christ actually multiplied food so that people could eat. This man is burning food on purpose. The Atlantic reports that the Trump administration has given the order to incinerate food instead of sending it to people abroad who need it. This food was supposed to feed 1.5 million children for a week. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a lot to a lot of people, but that is a lot to them. And to purposely burn food instead of feeding people, this is disgusting, inhumane, deplorable. And the fact that a world leader is doing this shit, this is what y'all good Christians call Christ-like. This is what y'all think Trump is. Y'all call Trump the closest thing to God. This is godly like to y'all. Y'all are really wrapped up in a cult. If you think starving children is a part of God's wishes, y'all can go to hell.
Every once in a while I come across a story that quite literally breaks my heart. And this is one of those times. 500 metric tons of food is set to be incinerated by the Trump administration. It's enough food to feed 1.5 million children for an entire week. $800,000 worth of food that the Biden administration purchased towards the end of his term was meant to be distributed to hungry children, especially in war-torn areas. These high-energy biscuits are specifically designed for children 5 and under. The Trump administration has decided it's wasteful to feed children under 5, so instead they'll burn their food. There's nothing to say. Like, every time I look for words beyond just telling you what they're doing, pro-life, right?
So I'm sure all you Trump-loving Christians out there know the parable from the Bible of the feeding of the 5,000, where Jesus turned 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish into enough food to feed 5,000 men, women, and children. A miracle. Well, today, Trump did the exact opposite. He ordered 500 metric tons of emergency food to be incinerated. 500 metric tons of food that could have fed 1.5 million starving children. Trump ordered that food to be incinerated for no other reason than it's evil. The devil resides in the White House.
We have some big news right now. According to The Atlantic, the Trump administration has given the order to incinerate nearly 500 metric tons of emergency food, enough to feed about 1.5 million children for a week around the world, instead of handing it out to people who need it. The food, which was typically allotted for children in Afghanistan and Pakistan, will now be turned into ash, according to The Atlantic. The food is specifically $800,000 worth of high-energy biscuits that were purchased by USAID during the end of the Biden administration. These biscuits are, according to The Atlantic, used in scenarios where people have lost their homes in a natural disaster or fled a war, faster than aid groups could set up kitchens to receive them. They were stored in a Dubai warehouse intended to go to the children this year. But now the Trump administration has ordered that this food be incinerated, turned into literal ash, instead of being handed out to the children that need it. Spread the word so more people know what's about to happen. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio, so subscribe for free. And as always, follow along for more.